Hello students, this is SM Mali, lecturer Department of Statistics, Gokte PU College of Commerce and Science, Belagavi. Welcome you all in my second lecture on the unit index numbers. In the last lecture, we studied some definitions on index numbers, characteristics, uses and limitations of index numbers. Here in this lecture we are going to study first the methods of constructing index numbers. The various methods of constructing index numbers can be classified into two groups. The first one, simple or unweighted index numbers, and the second one, weighted index numbers. The first one, unweighted index numbers or simple index numbers, can be further divided into two categories. In that first one, simple aggregative index number, and the second one, simple average of relatives index number. The second method is weighted index numbers can be divided into two categories. In that first one, weighted aggregative index number, and the second one, weighted average of relatives index number. Now the construction of price index numbers. The first method, unweighted or simple price index numbers. In that the first one, simple aggregative index number, it is the aggregate of the prices of all commodities in the current period expressed as a percentage of the aggregate of the prices in the base period. That is P01, which is equal to summation P1 divided by summation P0 into 100. Here summation P1 is total of current year prices and summation P0 means total of base year prices. The second method is simple average of price relative index number. Here an average of the price relatives is calculated. It may be arithmetic mean or geometric mean. In simple average of price relative index number, the first method is the unweighted or simple arithmetic mean index number, that is P01, which is equal to summation P upon n into 100, where P equal to P1 divided by P0 into 100, that is nothing but price relative, and n are number of commodities or items. The second method is the unweighted or simple geometric mean index number, that is P01, which is equal to antilog of summation log P upon n. Here also P is nothing but price relative, that is P equal to P1 divided by P0 into 100, and n are the number of commodities or items. The weighted price index numbers, in that the first method, weighted aggregative price index numbers. In the weighted aggregative price index numbers, quantity weights are assigned to various items and the weighted aggregate of the prices are obtained. Some of the important methods are as follows. The first method is last year's price index number. In last year's price index number, base year quantities, that is Q0, are used as weights. The formula is P01 of last year's, which is equal to summation P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q0 into 100. Here P1 are the current year prices, P0 are the base year prices, and Q0 are the base year quantities. The second method is Passey's price index number. In Passey's price index number, current year quantities Q1 are used as weights. The Passey's price index number formula is P01 of Passey's, which is equal to summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q1 into 100. Here P1 are the current year prices, P0 are the base year prices, and Q1 are the current year quantities. The third method is Marshall-Edgeworth's price index number. In Marshall-Edgeworth's price index number, weights are assigned are the average of base year and current year quantities. The formula is P01 of Marshall-Edgeworth's, which is equal to summation P1 Q0 plus summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q0 plus summation P0 Q1 into 100. The fourth method is Dorbish-Bowley's price index number. Dorbish-Bowley's price index number is the arithmetic mean of the last year's and past year's index numbers. The Dorbish-Bowley's price index number formula is P01 of Dorbish-Bowley, which is equal to half of, that is 1 by 2 into P01 of last year's plus P01 of past year's, which is equal to 1 by 2 into summation P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q0 plus summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q1 into 100. Here both the base year and current year quantities are used as weights. One more point we have to remember here. In Dorbish-Bowley's price index number, in the first formula, that is P01 of Dorbish-Bowley, which is equal to half of P01 of last year's plus P01 of past year's, we have not multiplied by 100, because here to calculate Dorbish-Bowley's price index number, we used the final values of last year's and past year's index numbers, whereas in the second formula we used the prices and quantities of base year and current year. The fifth method is Fisher's price index number. Fisher's index number is the geometric mean of the last year's and past year's index numbers. Here both base year and current year quantities are used as weights. The Fisher's price index number formula is P01 of Fisher's, which is equal to square root of P01 of last year's into P01 of past year's, which is equal to square root of summation P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q0 into summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q1 into 100. The Fisher's index number is an ideal index number, and which is called an ideal index number because of the following reasons. The first reason is it is based on geometric mean, and which is considered as an appropriate average for averaging ratios. The second point is it takes into account both current year as well as base year quantities. The third point is it satisfies both time reversal test and factor reversal test. And the last point is it is free of bias. The sixth method is Kelly's price index number or fixed weight index number. In Kelly's price index number, the weights to be fixed for all the periods, and the Kelly's price index number formula is P01 of Kelly's, which is equal to summation P1Q divided by summation P0Q into 100. Here Q denotes the fixed quantity or weights for both base and current period. Then weighted average of price relative index numbers. Here appropriate weights are assigned to various items and the weighted average of the price relatives is calculated. The two methods are there. In that first one, the weighted arithmetic mean index number, that is P01, which is equal to summation WP upon summation W, where W are the weights and P are the price relatives, that is P equal to P1 divided by P0 into 100. The second method is the weighted geometric mean index number. The formula is P01, which is equal to antilog of summation W log P upon summation W. Here also W are the weights and P are the price relatives, that is P equal to P1 divided by P0 into 100. Then the construction of quantity index numbers. Quantity index numbers study the changes in the volume of goods produced or consumed in the current period as compared to base period. Prices are the weights in quantity index numbers. Then weighted aggregative quantity index numbers. 5 methods we are going to study here. In that first one, last year's quantity index number. The last year's quantity index number formula is Q01 of last year's, which is equal to summation Q1 P0 divided by summation Q0 P0 into 100. Here base year prices are used as weights. Then second method is Pass's quantity index number. The formula is Q01 of Pass's, which is equal to summation Q1 P1 divided by summation Q0 P1 into 100. Here current year prices are used as weights. The third method is Marshall-Edgeworth's quantity index number. The formula is Q01 of Marshall-Edgeworth's, which is equal to summation Q1 P0 plus summation Q1 P1 divided by summation Q0 P0 plus summation Q0 P1 into 100. Here both base year and current year prices are used as weights. The fourth method is Dorbish-Bowley's quantity index number. The formula is Q01 of Dorbish-Bowley, which is equal to 1 by 2 into Q01 of last year's plus Q01 of Pass's, which is equal to 1 by 2 into summation Q1 P0 divided by summation Q0 P0 plus summation q1 p1 divided by summation q0 p1 into 100. Here both base year and current year prices are used as weights. Then fifth method is Fisher's quantity index number. The formula is Q01 of Fisher's, which is equal to square root of Q01 of last year's into Q01 of past year's, which is equal to square root of summation Q1 P0 divided by summation Q0 P0 into summation Q1 P1 divided by summation Q0 P1 into 100. Here both base year and current year prices are used as weights. Then the construction of value index numbers. Value index numbers are the index numbers of the total money value of transaction taking place over a period of time. Value is the product of price and quantity. An unweighted value index number V01 is the ratio of sum of values of a given period expressed as percentage of sum of values of a base period. The value index number formula is V01, which is equal to summation V1 divided by summation V0 into 100. That is V01, which is equal to summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 into Q0 into 100. So in the next class or next lecture, we are going to study tests for adequacy of index numbers, bias in an index number, consumer price index number, steps in the construction of consumer price index number, and the numerical examples on index numbers. Thank you.